The Woodlands, Texas. For the last decade, it's been considered one of the top 10 places in the nation to live, even earning the #1 spot 2 years in a row, according to Niche.com. Several Fortune 500 companies have chosen to make the Woodlands their headquarters. Several athletes and celebrities have chosen to call the Woodlands home. So I'm sure you read the title of this video, and you know that I'm going to state a case as to why the Woodlands' next door neighbor, Conroe, Texas, may be an even better place to live. How can I make that argument? Stick around and find out. What's up, everyone? It's Jeff with Jeff West Properties, your host for the Conroe Living Channel, where we identify and celebrate everything that makes Conroe, Texas, the fastest growing city in America. As a realtor, for years, I've helped people move to the Houston area, and the Woodlands has been a primary target for people both in and out of state. Several of my clients have started their search in the Woodlands only to end up choosing Conroe instead. In talking to those clients about why Conroe met their priorities, I've come up with the top 5 reasons people have chosen Conroe instead of the Woodlands. Number 1, it's got a small town feel. Unlike the Woodlands with their Ferrari dealerships and skyscrapers, kind of skyscrapers. I mean, they're the tallest buildings in between Houston and Dallas. Conroe has more of a laid-back vibe where Southern hospitality takes the place of fast-paced city life. One of the ways you can see this is in downtown Conroe, where the town square seems more like Mayberry, surrounded by 1920s and 30s buildings that were built back when Conroe had more millionaires per capita than any other place in the nation.
Look it up.
All of this historic charm makes Conroe feel like a close-knit, neighborly small town. Notice I said that it feels like a small town because it's definitely not. Conroe stretches over 73 square miles, and to put that into perspective, the city of San Francisco, California only has 47 square miles. And they've got 3 sports teams. I'm going to go on record now and say that I want to be on the naming committee for Conroe's first professional sports team. I think I could be a great asset. Conroe Cowboy? Nope. Conroe Cubs? Conroe Cadets? Conroe Cool People? Okay, don't worry. Just spitballing and I'll come up with something good. But speaking of a lot of space, Conroe's just bigger. Conroe's just bigger than the Woodlands. And I know we're not supposed to brag about things like that. Don't worry, the Woodlands, you're perfectly normal size. But it does matter because more space equals more elbow room. Of the homes currently on the market, the average lot size in the Woodlands is 9,653 square feet. Now compare that to Conroe's nearly 17,000 square feet and you can see what I mean. For those who need wide open spaces, Conroe offers land. Currently on the market, there are 128 properties with at least 1 to 20 acres. The Woodlands has 11, and none of them are over 4 acres. Now 11 is not 0. In fact, that 4-acre property I was talking about can be yours right now for the low price of $13 million. Also, if you're thinking about buying that property, we really need to talk about me being your realtor. Conroe has a house currently on 4 acres that's selling for $1.5 million. Now I know it's not a fair comparison because the house in the Woodlands is larger, it's much more extravagant and palatial, but for that much of a spread, you could just build 5 other houses on the Conroe lot. With this much land, Conroe isn't constrained as to what it can build, and there's a lot of different choices in housing. The Woodlands can brag about being bigger in other aspects. The Woodlands has the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion, which is a 20,000-seat capacity outdoor amphitheater that's rated one of the best in the nation. It's hosted concerts from people like Chris Stapleton, the Jonas Brothers, Wiz Khalifa, Tony Bennett with Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, and of course, Kenny G. So the Woodlands is a great place to catch a show, to shell out the big bucks to catch your favorite singers. But if you're looking for a local music scene, you can't get better than Conroe. That sleepy little downtown I talked about earlier comes alive every night of the week with live music. You've got great venues like 202 Main, Pacific Yard House, the Corner Pub, the Table at Madeley, the Firm, hey, who's that guy? And Red Brick Tavern. And that's just downtown. You also have great places like B52's Brewery and Southern Star Brewery where they host concerts. In 2018, the governor's office designated Conroe as a Texas music-friendly city, one of only 7 in the entire state, including places like Austin, San Antonio, and Greene. Later in 2022, the Texas Commission on the Arts designated downtown Conroe as a state cultural district, which brings with it grants that Conroe can use to further the art scene and attract world-class artists. We even have several music festivals throughout the year, like the Conroe Cajun Catfish Festival, the Houston Country Folk and Blues Festival, and the Conroe Crossroads Music Festival. And I haven't even mentioned all the entertainment on the lake at places like Papa's, Fajita Jack's, and of course Margaritaville. Speaking of lakes, the Woodlands has a very nice lake. I have fond memories of being there at the bottom of the lake festival when they first filled it, and I actually lived on the lake in my later childhood years. It's nice. It's got a dragon. It accommodates sports like rowing. But if you really want to kick it up a notch, you go to Lake Conroe. Lake Conroe has 21,000 acres of water for you to explore, where you can boat, water ski, jet ski, this thing, dine and play. You also have world-class bass fishing with different tournaments and people coming from all over to take part. If you want to live the good life, buy a house on the water, or just build your own. Lake Conroe is a ton of fun for family entertainment, and also not family entertainment. Maybe the biggest reason people have chosen Conroe over the Woodlands is a better cost of living. In the last 6 months, the median sold home price in the Woodlands is $741,000. Compare that to Conroe's median price of only $315,000. Let's break that down a little further. The median cost per square foot in the Woodlands is $221, while Conroe is only $170. So not only is it less expensive, but you get more for your money. Now, I've already mentioned the lot sizes being bigger in Conroe, but the median age of a sold home in the last 6 months in the Woodlands is 1998, whereas in Conroe, it's 2020. Now, that may sound like a misnomer, but it's actually true. There are so many new housing developments in Conroe that the vast majority of what is sold recently have been brand new homes. The property taxes are about the same on average, and if you're looking for low taxes in the Woodlands, there are 2 places that have homes in the 70s to 90s that are below 2%. Conroe has 15 different tax districts where property taxes are under 2%, and that actually includes new home communities. Most new home communities have higher property taxes because they still have to pay off all the brand new infrastructure. There are also more housing options in Conroe as well. In the last 6 months, the Woodlands has sold 794 homes, and Conroe has sold 2,494, which goes right along with it being the fastest growing city in America. Even though the median home price is lower in Conroe, we do still have our share of million-dollar properties. In the last 6 months, Conroe has sold 37 properties of $1 million or more compared to the Woodlands' 54. But that $1 million budget goes a lot farther in Conroe. The most expensive property on the market right now is $6 million in Conroe, and it's on 61 acres of land. You could build a whole subdivision on that property. Which, by the way, if you're thinking of buying it, we really need to talk about me being your realtor. Now, don't get me wrong, the Woodlands is an awesome place to live. It really is one of the best places in the nation to live. I've had several clients that I've helped find properties there. I can also admit that one of the big reasons Conroe is the fastest growing city in America is because people originally targeted the Woodlands and found there weren't as many options as they would like, so they looked for nearby places that had a lot of the same feel. All of Montgomery County is in the Piney Woods region of Texas, which is a large forest. So people who started their search in the Woodlands because that was a draw stumbled upon places like Conroe, Magnolia, Willis, Montgomery, and fell in love with them. So here's one more bonus benefit of living in Conroe. You're right next door to the Woodlands. All of the world-class dining and entertainment options are just a couple of miles away, so you can experience it all while still receiving all the benefits that come from living in Conroe. Whether it's the Woodlands, Conroe, the rest of Montgomery County, or really anywhere in the Houston area, if you'd like more information of what it's like to live here, just pick up the phone, give me a call, text, or email. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. I'm a relocation specialist who's helped people from all over the nation move to some of the best cities in America. If you want more information about the fastest growing city in America, Conroe, Texas, make sure to subscribe to the Conroe Living Channel. You can learn all about what makes up the DNA of one of the best places in America to call home. You can also check out this video.